Most people think pensions ain't worth it. What's the point? I'm not going to see the money until I'm 65. But what most people don't realize, if you start small, you never feel the pinch. And at 65, you see the magic of compounding. I build financial systems for a living, and today I'm going to take you behind the scenes and show you how this exactly works. So today we are going to keep things to the bare legal minimum your employer has to contribute towards. While most employers are generous, let's keep it with the bare minimum to keep the math simple. The first £6,240 of your salary doesn't count as qualified earnings. It's everything above that, up to just over 50,000. So let's start with someone at £22,000 a year. The portion you and your employer pay pension contribution on is only £15,760. Now, I get it, everyone needs every penny right now, especially with the cost of living, but watch what happens to the minimum contribution. From your pay, £52.53 a month goes in. That's 4% of your pay, but because it goes into a pension, you don't pay tax on that, so the government gives back £13.13. And on top of that, your employer now has to add in 3%, which is another £39.40. That gives you a total of £105.07. So you've practically doubled your money before it touched the market, and that is like having a free pay rise. Ultimately, if you don't contribute at all, your employer saves money. They keep their 3%, the government takes its tax today, and you're left with £52.53p. That employer contribution is a free pay rise from your employer. Fast forward 10 years, assuming no growth at all, nothing, flat. In your pay, that money would have been £6,304, but had it been in your pension, it would have doubled up to £12,608, and that's before the market has even had a chance to work on it. Now let's see how it would perform if it was in the market. We're using 5%, deliberately modest. Long-running market averages have higher than that, but this is an illustration, not a prediction, and we are going to leave out inflation for another episode. Look at 40 years. What you actually put in from your take-home is £25,216. A growth of just 5% adds over £101,000. Your employer share is just under £19,000, and the tax relief is just over £6,000. That gives you a total of over £152,000 when you retire. Now let's switch it up a bit and look at what it would look like for the UK average national salary of about £35,000. The numbers obviously scale up, and you're still inside the legal minimums of the mechanics that we are talking about here. Your £95.87 a month now doubles to £191.73. Now, if that is invested for the next 40 years, your pot grows over £277,000, and that's from a take-home pay of just over £46,000. That's not double. That's 6 times more. Now, let's look at what would happen if someone delayed their contributions into their pensions. Going back to our £22,000 example, what would it cost us to wait 10 years? That 10-year gap wipes out over £68,000. Therefore, rather than having £152k in retirement, you will only be left with just over £83,000. Nothing in this video told you what to do with your money. It shows you what the machine does with whatever you give it. Now, next episode, we look at high rate relief and the refund that most people never claim. If you want to play around with this tool, there's a link to my website. So have a try and see how things stack up when you make small adjustments and the difference it would make to you in retirement. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments and I'll try to answer them. And as ever, like and subscribe.